Hey guys, Heiko here from the South Florida Fishing Channel, and this is the Seller's Guide to Man-Made Customs. If you're already familiar with Man-Made Customs and just have a specific question, you can scroll into the video description below and find the question you're looking for, and it'll take you to that part of the video. If you're not familiar with Man-Made Customs, I suggest you watch the whole video because we're going to get into how to set up your shop, the features offered to you, and how to start selling. Man-Made Customs is a marketplace where you can start selling your products, whether it's hunting, fishing, moto, knives, food, or home and cabin goods. You can also sell services such as a fishing charter, a guided hunt, training classes, or adventure tours. If you've watched my channel, you know that I love custom gear and that I love adventure. So when you open your shop in Man-Made Customs, be sure to reach out to me and I will check out your shop. You can find my contact information in the video description below this video. So let's get to it and set up your shop. With the help of Adam, we're going to go through all the steps of setting up your shop and start generating sales.
So the first thing that you need to do is, if you're interested in selling on Man-Made Customs, is you need to register and create an account. So you would just, you could either click on sell right here in the top left corner, or you could click on sign in and then click on sell. So if you click on sell, it just directs you here and it says, what are you trying to do? Open a shop. So you click on open shop. And it basically does the same thing that this would have done. It just directs you to the sign in. So if you haven't created an account, you need to go ahead and register. So you would enter your first name, last name, demographic information, email, and create a password, and then click on register, and it will create an account for you. Right, so we're logged into your account, and you just basically are just a user right now. So if you're a user, you went up here to sign in, you registered, entering your name and email, and after that, you're now given an account. And so if you decide one day that, hey, I want to upgrade and start selling on Man-Made Customs, you just click on sell. And once you click on sell, it's going to take you through these 4 important steps. One, you need to connect to a Stripe account. Stripe is the payment processor for Man-Made Customs, so it's how your shop will send and receive money. Next, after you do that, you need to create a shop name. It needs to be unique to your shop. And after that, it'll ask you to touch up your profile to make sure everything's correct on there. And then you will go ahead and create a listing. And a listing can be a physical product, a digital product, a single-day service, or a multi-day service. Once you create one listing to sell on Man-Made Customs, then you will be given access to the Managed Shop link. So once you've connected your Stripe account, entered in your shop name, checked out your profile, you can create a listing. And there's 2 types of listings. You can create a product listing or a service listing. A product can be a physical product or a digital product. Physical product would be something that you would send through the mail. A digital product would be something that you download. And the other type of listing is a service listing, and it can be a single-day service or a multi-day service. If it's a single-day service, it would be like a fishing charter. I'll take you out fishing for 4 hours. Or if it's a multi-day service, it would be like, come to my fishing class Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, where we'll cover the basics of selecting the correct pole, baits, and rigging up your pole to go out fishing for the day. And every one of those days could have, a different date and time. But real quick, we'll jump back to product. I think initially, the first time you use this form may look a little exhaustive and long, but once you do it once, you can really zip through it pretty quick. So if you're selling a product, say, for instance, a knife or fishing baits and lures, or a hunting game call, you would just select the type of listing. So if I'm selling any one of those things, it would be a physical product. You just select about this listing. Are you making it? Is someone in your shop making it, or was it made by a different company or person? Category. So if we're selling a duck call, we would just select hunting. and it's going to give us some subcategories. Is it a hunting apparel, game calls, tree stands? Since it's a game call, we could select that. Now, if you are selling something that's for hunting and there's not a secondary category, you just wouldn't select one. You would just leave it blank and continue on. But it is mandatory that you at least select the main category that the item falls in. So since we're selling a duck call, we'll select game calls. And there's actually another category that we can add in. And since duck calls is preloaded into the website, we'll just select duck calls. We'll just say, to keep things simple, this is a duck call. You would create a listing description. You would just want to tell buyers about your specific products, features, and specifications here. So just enter in a descriptive paragraph. This. Over here, you're going to get a preview window about what you just typed in, so you can see that, review it. And then you just need to decide on the price. Anything you sell has to be a minimum of 50 cents. So let's just say we charge $50 for this duck call. If you're ready to input your tax information, you can do that here. You would just select no tax, product tax, or product plus shipping tax, whatever your state's tax laws are. And that would be connected to whatever you entered in on your shop tax rate page from the manage shop page over here. Well, I won't leave this page, but if you click on manage shop and go to shop tax rate, that's where that's going to come from. Here's where your variations are. These are if you're adding different options or specifications to your listing. So for example, if you're selling t-shirts and your t-shirts come in different colors or sizes, you would just say, you would either type in the new variation here, such as color, if you're going to be selling in colors, or sizes. Since I already have colors loaded in, I can just pick color. You would enter in, red. Then you could enter in, if you're selling your t-shirts in green, you could enter in green. You just enter in all the color options. And if a specific color costs extra to make or something for you as the seller, you would just add that additional cost here. So you can see the base price here is $50. And then for this specific option here, the color red, when the customer checks out, it's actually going to charge them $52. After that, you just select the inventory here. So since I'm selling, a red t-shirt, you just say I have 2 red t-shirts in stock. So if you're selling t-shirts and you have a green t-shirt, you could say I have 1 green t-shirt in stock. I have 3 red t-shirts in stock. That's what your inventory grid is. It's just the stock status that you have. You would add a picture of a green t-shirt and a red t-shirt just by clicking on this image button. If you have a YouTube video for the specific listing, you can upload that here. You would just add in the URL path. After you've passed that step, you can just add in some fast facts. This is optional, but you would just pick 3 things that highlight your product or service so people can get the big takeaway points quickly. And then if you're selling a physical product, you would just go to the shipping box down here and choose however fast you're shipping this item. If you don't see any option up here that fits your time frame, you can just choose custom range and make up a custom date and time. And then you would just enter shipping location. So if you're shipping it from the US, you would pick United States. And then this shipping inventory grid will update down here to United States, and you would just enter in your shipping cost and then the cost for each additional quantity. So if you're selling t-shirts and it costs you $4 to ship a t-shirt, but if they buy 2 t-shirts from you, then you would just enter in it costs $1 extra for each additional t-shirt you buy. If you're doing free shipping, you can also pick that here. And then you would just click Save Listing. Once you've saved the listing, you're going to be redirected to the review listing page. So it'll say review your listing, take a minute to make sure your listing details are correct. And you could just review the pictures that you uploaded. You can see here we're selling a t-shirt, Man-Made Customs t-shirt, Make sure that all the options you loaded in here, the t-shirt sizes, small, medium, and large, everything looks good. And then you can see that this t-shirt comes in one color here, olive drab. And if everything looks good, your fast facts are appearing as you entered them, listing details look good, then you would just hit review complete. So you just choose published, and that means anybody can see it. You can always verify that by just going to your view shop page, because the view shop page is always going to be what the customer sees. And you can see that all your listings are showing up here. So if you're selling a service, you would just come back to the manage shop page, click on create listing, click on the service tab, and you would either choose single day or multi-day service. Who's providing it? Right now it's just microservice providers that you yourself would provide or a member of your shop. Select a category, so it's going to be adventure services, and then within adventure service just pick either a hunting, fishing, knife, grub, outdoor service, or moto service. If you don't see the category here, you can leave the secondary one blank, and as new services become available, we can update the category drop-downs. So just come up with a service name. This could be, a 2-hour fishing charter with Heiko, and, just to kind of clarify what you'll be doing, just give people a description of what the activity is. If you're including anything with the service, feel free to add that information here. And then any special notes such as, dress warm for the weather, or, people that are only, if you're taking someone spearfishing, must know how to swim. That would be something maybe important to add here before someone bought this service. You can tell people a little bit about yourself, and they'll be able to click on the profile link there to read more about you. Group size, this is where the seller would control how many people can come out at one time on the service. There's an age requirement. You can select that here. Service price, so it has to be at least 50 cents. If you want to apply tax, you can apply service tax here, and that will route the information that you entered in on your shop tax rate page. You can add some images that shows this particular service in action, so people can get a good idea of what it would be like. And then even better, if you have video of this specific service, or like, for instance, a fishing charter, if you're doing that, you can upload that video URL here so people can watch a video of it. This is kind of the details portion of your service. Just enter in your start time, end time, the meeting location for that service. And then, for instance, if you're like a regular person and you work Monday through Friday, but you're going out fishing on the weekends, you can just add in all the weekends that you'll be going out fishing that your service is available. So you just select a date, and you can keep adding dates. So if you want to take someone out on every Saturday, you can just select all the Saturdays that you'll be going out on. Then you would save that listing. So there's a little tooltip here that kind of gives you more information about spots. When a customer purchases a service, the spots available count will be automatically reduced until no additional spots for that date and time are available. So if you select 5 spots, say your boat's big enough to take out 5 people at a time on your fishing charter, this will say 5 spots left. And then as a spot is bought, it'll gradually count down to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. If someone asks you to cancel that service reservation, you as the seller will need to come back in here and manually update that. So if you have 5 spots available on your boat and someone bought a service and then they canceled it, you would need to come back in here and change 4 left back to 5 left. So you now have 5 spots available for that service. Let's take a look at some knives that are for sale. So if, for instance, you're selling a knife, you can write your detailed description with all the specifications, and then you can also link a YouTube video to it. So you can see that this specific review here is about this knife. Today we're taking a look at the Pronghorn Hunter by Holt Knives from manmadecustoms.com. 54 cm is a type of stainless steel. It was developed by a company called Crucible Industries. Converted a white spacer in between.
I like that. It gives a nice insight on the product.
Yeah, any information you can give to help buyers make an informed decision is great, because it lessens the chance that they'll want to refund the purchase, or not be happy with the purchase. Okay, so once you've gone through these steps, once you've connected your bank account to Stripe successfully, once you've chosen a unique shop name, touched up your edit profile page, and created your first listing, you're going to be redirected to this page. And what's going to happen is you're going to be given the Manage Shop link up here. That's what this page is. It's the Manage Shop page. And this is where you can handle all of the things you'll need to handle as a seller. Editing and deleting current listings, whether or not you want to accept custom order requests. This is where you'll handle all your messages for product questions or shop questions.
Let's say a knife maker offers very custom knives. You can...
So first, it's up to the seller. You can see right here, there's this off button. Are you sure you want to set custom order request to on? You select OK, the off will change to on. And another important point is up here at the top. If you remember, this used to be a sell button. This is now a view shop button. And the purpose of this button is it allows you to see the shop as buyers see your shop. So the Manage Shop view, that's the behind-the-scenes technical aspect of your shop, where you'll handle all of the things as a shop owner that you'll need to handle. And then if you want to see what your shop looks like to customers, the sell will change to View Shop. So if you click on View Shop here, you can see all of your listings. And if you remember, I just selected Custom Order Request to On. So when you're looking at individual listings, you will see that the button here is populated, ask a question, request a custom order.
Nice. So like a knife maker, you can be like, I want a deer antler handle with an 8-inch flexible blade.
Exactly. So if you see this t-shirt and you like it, you would say, request a custom order. Hey, I would like to get this t-shirt in camouflage pattern. Do you guys offer it in camo? And then, the seller knows exactly what you're talking about. If it was a knife, yeah, and the seller takes custom orders. Some sellers don't do custom orders. It's too complicated, or the way this is set up, it's too tedious for them to handle. So they wouldn't enable this for their shop. But if they do have it enabled for their shop, if they have custom order requests enabled for their shop, this button will appear here, and then it will allow potential buyers to click on it, and and it will link to this listing, because it's kind of usually loosely associated with, that's what you want to customize. So if you like that listing, or you like that knife, say, hey, maybe I want this knife in Damascus steel, or maybe you're looking to get that knife in a leather handle instead of a micarta handle. If the seller has a custom order, everything that a seller has to handle for his shop on Man Made Customs can be handled from the Manage Shop page. But number one, he's going to get an email sent to his registered email on file that says you have a custom order request, and that should prompt him to sign into his shop. And it's going to say right here, custom request. You can see right now it says 0, but if he had a custom order request, it would change to 1. If he had 3 custom order requests, it would change to 3. And then he would just click on this link here on this button, and it will take him to his personal shop inbox, and he'll be able to see that, he has a custom order request right here, and he can respond to that buyer by opening it up. And at that point they agree that they're going to do a custom request, what would happen here is, if the seller had a custom request, he's going to be given a link within his inbox right here, and it will allow him to click on that link, and it will take him to the Create Listing page, except it's slightly different than the Create Listing page. It will actually say Create Custom Listing. And when he creates that listing, if somebody wants to go, if it's a service and they're going fishing for a specific type of fish, then it will allow that seller to create a specific listing for that individual, and it's a unique listing that only that individual will see. And the individual will receive the listing, he'll review it, and if it's something that he would like to do, then he just clicks purchase. And when he purchases it, it kind of finalizes the order. Just to give you another example, if you go to the listing page, if it's a custom listing, it's going to look exactly like this page. You know what I mean? Just imagine this says custom fishing charter for Heiko. And it's going to say, service length, 3 hours, species we're fishing for, tuna. And a seller can add as many variations, whatever they agree on for that specific charter, all the details. And the potential buyer that requested that custom service or that custom knife or custom fishing rod will just review it and say, yep, this is exactly what I wanted. And then he can go ahead and add that to his cart. And this is a private listing. So then once he buys that, the custom listing has been purchased, whether it's a custom product or custom service, and the buyer and seller should be good to go. That's correct. So if I go here, I select this to off. Then if I go to the view shop page, and if I look at this listing that we were just looking at, you're going to see that there's no request a custom order button. So a message is just kind of more generic. We created 2 separate buttons just to help sellers stay more organized, but a message is essentially just an ask a question message. It could be something specific about your order, like, if it's delayed or something like that, or if you have a question about shipping, or if you want to cancel your order, or it could just be a simple question about a product, such as, does this t-shirt made in extra, extra large? And then the seller would receive a message. If you go to the message inbox, it's organized fairly well. You have your order messages, your listing messages, profile messages, MMC messages, and your custom requests. So moving down to the next account, or the next thing is product orders. So there's 2 things shops can sell. They can sell a product or they can sell a service. They'll have an individual tab for each. So since I only selling physical products right now, you can see that I have these product orders here. And if it's a new order, it'll be placed in the open tab. If you've processed that order and shipped it out, if it's a physical product, for example, you would complete that and it would show up in the completed tab. If it's a service, once you've performed the service, so if it's a fishing charter, once you've taken someone out fishing and completed it, you would mark the service as completed, and it would show up in the completed tab. All tab will just show all orders over time, whether it's open or completed or canceled. And then if for some reason somebody orders a fishing charter service from you and they need to cancel or you need to cancel, you would just mark the order as canceled, refund the money, and it would show up into the cancel tab. From the product orders page, you can review who your customer is. This will give you an overview of what they ordered, but in order to see specifically what they ordered, you would need to click on the order receipt link. And once you click on there, it will give you a specific, the specifics on what they ordered. So you can see here, this customer ordered a t-shirt in a size large and in a color graphite gray, and they ordered another t-shirt. The color's black and it's a size small.
Yeah, and then this product order page is something you can print out and include in your order when you ship it out.
Yeah, I would always print this out because it's essentially the order receipt. It shows them where the shipping and billing address was. As a shop, you have the ability to put in your refund and exchange policies, so that's good to send that off with their order. And then, of course, any order messages that took place regarding this order will show up there too. Shop sales. So as a shop, if you want to run a sale or issue coupons, you can do that from the shop sales and the shop coupon page. There's a few different types of sales you can run. You can do free standard shipping or percentage off. You would just set the duration, your start date, your end date, and then any special terms for that sale. And then you would decide what items in your shop are applying to this sale. Is it all the items in your shop, or is it only one? If it's only one, you can just reduce the listing sample down to this one listing, and then you would click Save Sale. If you can't find the special promotion that you want to run with a shop sale, you can run a shop coupon or issue a shop coupon. And from the shop coupon page, you would just select your offer type. So free shipping, a percentage off, or fixed amount. And then there's specifics to that coupon. You could apply a minimum order quantity based on quantity or order total, or you could do it by duration, and then also max number of uses. It kind of helps give your shop, an edge in certain circumstances. If you're trying to, run a sale or special, buyers are always keeping their eyes out for, a sale or a holiday promotion or something. So in the end, it's just another tool that, could help incentivize people to buy from your shop. Shop tax rate. So shops have a flexible way of calculating the tax rate for their shop. They can do it by state, by zip code range, or by individual zip codes. It's going to be different for everybody because some states in the U.S. don't have sales tax, so this wouldn't apply to them. But if you're living in a state that does have sales tax, you would just click on the drop-down menu, find your particular state, and then enter in your state's tax rate and click Save Changes. And that way, anyone that buys from your shop, if their shipping address is in your state, they're going to be charged that tax. Shop bulletin board, this is just a public discussion board. Shops have the ability to publish it to on, enable it to be on, or enable it to be off. If it's on, people can just post on your shop, just like they can post comments on YouTube. And they can ask your shop a question so everyone else can see it, or they can just make a comment about something that has to do with your shop. But it's just an extra feature if shops want to use to be able to communicate with their client base. And I think it helps kind of streamline things for shops. I mean, they're able to link all their social media accounts, their Facebook, Twitter, YouTube channel, which is great. But if you're someone that doesn't have all of these channels, or you're trying to kind of streamline things, there's lots of features as Man-Made Customs continues to grow that will basically either complement or absorb some of these other features that are available on other social media channels. So moving on to shop events. So shops have the ability to host an event. An event is basically, it can be a variety of things. It can be open hours to view your shop. For instance, if you're selling out of your home, like out of your garage on Saturday and Sundays, it can be open hours to stop by your garage on Saturday at 2 o'clock and see all the knives that you're selling or all the fishing lures that you're selling. If you're going to be at an outdoor show, it could be, directions, time, and location to your booth. And then it's basically just any physical activity that gives members a chance to meet you in your shop. So if you're going to be somewhere and you want to let people be able to meet you and your products and touch base with people in person, then you can host an event. Events will show up in two spots. One, if you go on a particular shop's individual page by clicking on the View Shop button, you'll be able to see all the events that they have upcoming. So you can load in all your events for 2018. They'll all be here public so people can get an idea of what you'll be doing throughout the year. And then events also show up on the global page as well. So by clicking on the Events tab up here, you can basically search for a type of event that you want to go to, a hunting event, fishing event, shooting event. Whatever the type of event is that you want to attend, you can filter that down by going to the category. Or you can choose to filter events by location. So if you live in Florida and you just want to see what Man-Made Customs events are going on in Florida, you can search just in the state of Florida. And then if there's a particular date, like for instance, if you're going to be off work this weekend and you're in Florida, you can search for Florida and then, do the start date and end date for this weekend. So you could say what's going on from Friday, afternoon to Sunday. After events, we have shop policies. Shop policies is just what it says it is. It's where you would craft a welcome message and you would just input your payment policy, shipping policy, refund and exchange policy. Notice here, refund and exchange, this is for products. And then cancellation and refund policy is for services. So if you're offering services, you would fill in your cancellation and refund policy for services here. If you're selling a physical product, you would input that here. If you're selling both things, if you're selling, baits and lures and you're taking people out on micro fishing charters, then you would input a different policy, one for services, one for products in there. The seller information's optional. Some places of the world require sellers to input this. So if that applies to you, feel free to fill it out. Most of the people in the US, I don't think that applies to, so they can skip it. And then you can just do a message to buyers. This will show up on order receipts. It gives you a little snippet down here of information so you kind of know where this stuff is showing up. So you can see message to buyer. This message is included on all order receipts and in the email buyers receive when they purchase from your shop. If you're a seller that's selling a digital product, then you would input this down here for digital purchases, such as if you're selling files for 3D printing or files for graphic art or something like that. And then shop reviews. This last tab here is for shops to be able to quickly review all the people that have left a review. So if you've made 10 sales, but only 2 people of those 10 have left a review, you're only going to see 2 reviews here. You can always reach back out to the other 8 people that purchased from you and say, hey, if you like my product, please leave a review, because that'll, of course, make your shop look more reputable and help let other potential buyers know that the previous customers have had a positive experience with your shop. And if there's an issue, for some instance, if they've left a negative review or if they left a really positive review, you can just reach out and hit the contact button here and, let the reviewer know what's on your mind. If it's a negative review, you can try to follow up with some customer service and patch things up. Or if it's a really positive review, you can, just send out a thanks. That's the basic features there as far as handling the technical aspects of your shop. The look and feel of your shop, it's all you got to do is look for the edit. So we built this to kind of be reflective of the View shop page. So essentially this, if you look at it, it's just kind of exactly the same. If you want to change your banner image, you just click on Edit Banner up here. If you want to change your shop logo, you click on Edit up here. If you want to change your profile picture, you click on Edit here. If you want to change your shop name or your shop slogan or message, you can click on Edit here. And then if you're selling lots of different things, you can break up your shop into sections with a drop-down menu. So if you're selling duck calls, goose calls, crow calls, you can add all of those different categories. So if you're a seller and you're selling physical products through the mail, then basically what would happen is it's going to show up in your product orders page. And then from here, you have a few different options on how you want to enter in your tracking ID information, if you're going to be providing a tracking ID, and or you have a different way to buy your shipping labels if you want to do that. So when somebody makes a purchase from your shop, you're going to see on this quick snippet preview that you have a shipping courier, shipping cost, and shipping labels. If you want to buy shipping labels, you just click on Buy Label. Once you click on the Buy Label page, you will be redirected to here, and you just review the ship to information that the customer provided and review the ship from information. And then you basically select your shipping method. For 99% of people, it's going to be USPS first class mail package. I would just remember to choose that. And then they would just need to create a custom package. It's kind of grayed out down here at the very bottom. It says custom package types because I've already created a custom package. But you would just click on Edit Package Preferences, and you would create a package name for your custom package. So if you're selling knives, you would just type in knife box. Or if you're selling t-shirts, you could just sell in, t-shirt package. Click Save after you enter in the length, width, and height dimensions for that. You got to enter in the package weight. 14 pounds is too much. I think the most you can have for most of these packages is 15 ounces. So you would enter in, say, 14 ounces, and then you would enter in your insurance if you want to add insurance to this package. And it will auto-calculate over here. Once it auto-calculates, you can see how much you're going to be charged, and then just review the ship date here. So if you're shipping that out on this date, everything's good. If you're not going to be shipping it today, select the appropriate day up to 4 days ahead of schedule here. For most people, it's going to be standard label, 8.5 by 11, unless they have like a label printer. And then you would just hit confirm and buy. And you would enter in your credit card information and hit purchase. It works a few different ways. So one, if you buy the labels at your house, it's pretty much the same cost as going to USPS and buying it. It might actually be a little bit cheaper than doing that because there's a slight discount. But they would purchase the label, and then they could either walk into USPS and just throw the package on the counter and say, you know, postage has already been purchased, and they don't have to wait in line. Or they could schedule a pickup at their specific address, and USPS will pick that package up without them having to go into the office. If you do buy a shipping label from Man-Made Customs, it'll auto-enter in the tracking ID, which is also nice. So if you choose not to buy shipping labels through the website, you would just go down to the USPS office. You would ship the package however you normally would. They're going to give you an order receipt. Once they give you the order receipt, they usually circle the tracking ID on there. Just either from your phone or come back home, find the correct order ID and enter in the tracking ID for that. And just click save or update changes. And then the customer is going to be notified that their order has been completed. They're going to get a tracking ID, and the seller will also get the same tracking ID so they can track the package in transit. If you're going to be closing your shop because you're going to be going away, you would just first you need to complete all your orders. Once you have all of your orders completed, you can close your shop, and from here, your shop closed. It'll just update down here.
So when you close a shop, that hides it from Man-Made Customs, so no buyers can see your shop for that period of time it's closed.
They can still see it, but they're going to see that there's a closed sign on your shop, so they won't be able to place an order with your shop. And there will be a message here, and we just encourage sellers to say, you know, why your shop is closed and when you plan to reopen it.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. So if you're going maybe on a 1 month long hunting or fishing trip, you can close your shop for that time being.
Exactly. So that covers most of the features from the Manage Shop page. Whether you're a seller or you're just a regular customer, you're going to get a Your Account button up here, and under the Your Account, this is where you'll view your purchases and reviews, update your profile. You can change the settings, such as your email address that's registered or your password. And then if you're a seller, you're going to get the product order tab here, as well as the shipping label. If you do order something from somebody, you would just go to your purchase and reviews page, and this account hasn't made a purchase, but you would be able to see what you ordered and then view your order receipt. You can contact the seller from there, or you can enter in a review. You know, after you use it a couple times, you're going to get, I think a lot of these buttons will make sense, and although it has lots of features, I think you'll see that it's easily manageable, and you'll get really familiar with all of these buttons.